Hey, welcome to Spitting the Bit. We're talking about Derby contenders, and today we're talking about emerging market. Kind of an exciting, little bit of a wild card horse. He's only raced twice, but he's trained by Chad Brown, Flavian Pratt aboard, and Candy Ride is the sire. Winner of the Louisiana Derby is one of his two races. Pretty good win though, huh?
Yeah,
So
pretty amazing win. Horse debuts on two turns, which I think you were telling me you watched that interview with Chad Brown and that he rarely does that. And it was a dog fight. And then goes and runs his second race at a mile and 3/16, the longest Derby qualifying race. Gets into another dog fight, but convincingly wins. Um, I think of the 20 horses, the two I'm the most excited about going into this summer currently are Renegade and this horse.
yeah. He's kind of a grinder too. He just keeps accelerating uh, through the home stretch and finished out strong. I think the mile and a quarter will be he'll feel good about that. So
I do too. I do too. I mean, I think this is a classic distance horse, and um, like I said, of this field, the two I would be most if somebody said who if everybody stays healthy, of this field do you think will be in the Breeders' Cup Classic next year? I would say Renegade and then Emerging Market,
yeah.
personally.
And on that interview with Chad Brown, he talked about um, i- the fact that he didn't run as a 2 year old, not because he wasn't ready. He had him ready to go, and then he got a cut in the stall. So it wasn't like
You're saying that,
yeah, it wasn't something that's going to affect his performance, but the cut had to heal. Took him back
right?
some of his training, and so
And nothing to do with him being a sound horse,
right,
a horse that lacked physical maturity, right?
exactly,
Just a happenstance injury.
yeah,
No,
and
he's a really exciting horse.
yeah. So what to do with them though is the hard part. Is um, he only raced twice, so that's his knock. But again, what Chad Brown said that I found interesting, he goes, he's booked a lot of miles training. He's trained at multiple tracks all over the country. Um,
Mhm.
all over the country, but he's multiple tracks. He's been training a lot. He's got, so he's been running, he's been training. Um, the fact he's only ran two races though, and then this is the third race is going to be the Derby. Yikes! Does that scare you?
Right, but it doesn't scare me at all. If it were a different trainer, yes, but we've talked about like when we were looking at the field coming out of like the Bluegrass Wood Memorial San Anita Derby weekend, and um, like names escaping me. Is it Otani? Yeah, that's who finished second to Further Ado, right? The Chad Brown horse, and I
Yeah.
said Chad's not going to run him in the Derby. Maybe he'll run him in the Preakness, and he's just had that for as long as I've been following it. He's a very thoughtful, conservative trainer. He does numerous times in the past. He's had a horse that qualified for the Derby, but he obviously has a fairly open and firm discussion with his owners and sends them to the Preakness or somewhere where they are ready to run, not here. That he hasn't remotely even hinted at the possibility that if emerging market was, I mean, this and to send him to fairgrounds where it's a mile and a 3/16, I think was on purpose.
Yeah.
He could have run him anywhere because
Yeah.
that he ran him in Tampa. What the first weekend in February, he could have sent him to any of these races he wanted to. And if he didn't believe in the horse, or if he had any questions about this horse's ability to run the Kentucky Derby, I personally don't think he sends him to Louisiana at a mile and 3/16.
It'd be very easy for him to skip the Derby and just wait for the Belmont and, you know, go there
Mhm.
mile and a half. And but you're right. If he's only going to run them if he thinks that they have a shot at competing to win the race. Good point.
100%. Yep. And you brought up, I've been so preoccupied with, there's so many things to get preoccupied with the Derby. And they had the draw yesterday, post position. Totally escaped me that Flavian was, or had forgotten about. Flavian, as you pointed out, was on commandment in the Florida Derby.
Yeah.
And he had raced with Emerging Market the weekend before. He was on Emerging Market on his debut as well, but he he's on Emerging Market, not the number two favorite in the Kentucky Derby.
Which kind of when he made that choice, it blew me away. But man, I think that says a lot. Like for Irad
I
to
do too.
choose Renegade, business move. He's Pletcher's guy. He's business. That's a business move as much as anything. And Renegade's the favorite, and so I get it. But for Flavian to choose a horse with longer odds, I think it does say he thinks he's the better horse.
Yeah,
I
it was back to back weekends. He was on both of them, and they both got into dog fights. But I I believe, and again, million things can happen in the Derby, but I believe he was very happy with this horse and what he could do with it in the Derby. He's already won the Derby, so he's been in the Derby multiple times, Flavian.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm excited about this horse a lot.
Yeah, and if the coming from the 15th post, that's decent. That's fine. Um,
Oh yeah, I think it's a real nice post for him. Over the last 10 plus years, there's a lot of success from those mid-teens out
yeah,
with a variety of running styles. It
and,
seems,
but
oh, I was going to say, and I have no data to back it up, but it seems like there's greater chance for trouble once you're that in 10 inside, especially for horses that need to get on or near the lead.
yeah,
There's a wall of horses that are kind of crashing down, but this horse, he was four wide in the, as we'll see, we'll show a little clip, but he was four wide in Louisiana Derby, and it looked like an ideal path for him. Like he was excel. He did great. Did not look like a second time out.
yeah, and I like the fact that you're going to show the Louisiana because it's at that long stretch, and so we'll get to see what he's like down the stretch, and just what a what a workhorse he is. He really works hard down the stretch. So um,
Yeah, his stride is, it reminds me, I shouldn't say it reminds me like it looks like it, but there's a smoothness and professional look to it on coming through the turn into the stretch, like how Renegade had. And I'm not knocking Commandment at all, but from my eye, it looks like Commandment doesn't really hit his best stride till he's straightened out in the stretch. And Renegade looks really powerful through the whole turn into the stretch. Like it seems like a longer, sustained quality run in Emerging Market when we show the clip to me is that way. And I would assume as a jockey, that's far more appealing when you've got a 20 horse field. Like you want to have that kind of sustained ability if you need it.
yeah, yeah. All right. Hey, yeah. Let's watch the clip. I'm excited to see the
All right,
Louisiana
let's
Derby
bring that up.
with
Um, and there's some good horses in this field. From my top 10, I have two horses that are in this field, and Universe is no slouch either. Pavlovian there on the rail, Doug O'Neill horse. Number 9 there making his move is Emerging Market.
all right, turning for home.
Nice move all the way around. looks like he's going to blow by Pavlovian, but Pavlovian ran a real nice race.
Yeah, showed a little bit of game. But again, emerging markets is a grinder, just keeps coming.
Yeah, it's a long stretch at
He just
Louisiana.
worked him. So it was impressive how hard he works in the stretch, and he's impressive. Horse doesn't have that big turn of foot, big move that um, a renegade or further do have, but um, it's
And see,
definitely
and I'm not sure that's true, but it could it could be right. I like his final furlong is real nice. He is fifth of the, well, actually be fourth because grittiness isn't going to go, but it's the fourth best of the Derby folks, which is a big deal in my opinion. I think it
last
says a
furlong.
lot about
So
the final furlong, yeah. And he's in the top seven in the final three ace as well.
yeah,
So
it's more of a grinding steady speed than a big all of a sudden boom. There you go. But
yeah, I think it's every bit as good as Further Adu's, albeit like it by the numbers it's better than Further Adu's, but Further Ado was a mile and a half in front of anybody, so that whereas this emerging market was in a dogfight with Pavlovian, and Golden Tempo was closing hard too.
he definitely is your style
And
of horse
prior
where he's willing to fight.
And I think that's really important too, because whoever was in the top two or three in their previous couple races is most likely going to be in the Derby field. So they there's a lot of horses that are going to fight
Yeah.
because that's how these are the top of the top. So no, this is there's the only strike on this horse, and do with it what you will. Is this is his third race?
Yeah. Yeah. And if that doesn't bother you, you're good to go. I'm going
Yep.
to obviously have him in all of my tickets, but I might go an across the board bet on him as well. I think he has a
Mhm.
really good chance of winning the race, and we're going to get good value. I think whatever
Yep.
odds he goes off at, he's going to be a better horse than those odds. He's going to have a better chance in the odds. So
That's what I'm leaning towards as well. And one of the quick things that I wanted to throw out, you and I talked a little bit about this angle as I was looking at some of the races on the card at Churchill on Saturday prior to the Derby. There's the first two races have something that are going to impact how I feel about emerging market as well, potentially.
yeah,
Um, because in the first race, um, the horse that he got into the dogfight with in his main special weight debut at Tampa, Power Shift, is in that first race, main special weight, 120,000 at Churchill on Saturday morning. And he's going up against a couple other really good horses. Power Shift didn't do great running at the Tampa Bay Derby, but it was the Puma, Further Ado, and Canaletto that went one, two, three in that race. Two of which, in our top 10 for Derby horses. But the third place horse in that race that they emerging market Power Shift just crushed um, is racing in the second race against a awesome field, 125,000 option claimer. Taptastic's in the race. Baffert's got a great horse. Horses that have run all over the place in really important races. But Make My Day, another Fletcher horse, went on to win its second race after that first race at Tampa with Emerging Market and Power Shift. If both those horses win the first and the second race, I'm even more intrigued by Emerging Market in the Derby.
Yeah, because yeah, horses that you beat, they come back and win. That legitimizes your victory. So yeah, it'll be he only has two wins, but that would give that first win a lot of credibility.
Absolutely. Um, because that was a big step up for Power Shift to um, go to the Tampa Bay Derby.
Yeah.
You know, and the Puma and Further Ado and Canaletto all put him away. But it'd be interesting to see if he runs well. Um,
It can only
if,
help emerge. I mean, you're going to play emerging market no matter how those horses do. But if they win,
right,
that gives you more confidence, and you probably add them to more stuff
for
and
sure,
maybe key on them a bit.
for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, like I'd even be tempted to do some kind of um, yeah. There, I'd start to be intrigued about doing some other more aggressive things with this horse.
Well, we'll see how that all works out. I think you get the best
And
price
see if
on
Chad
one.
Brown can
Yeah,
get his first Derby win.
I would love that. That would be great.
He's
Um,
had a couple seconds, but see if he can get a win.
Sounds good. All right. Well, you know, let's go. Let's get it done. Emerging market.
Very exciting horse.